Hey everybody, welcome to another exciting edition of Weird Catholic Stuff. I'm Father Bryce Sibley. Today we want to talk about a saint that many Americans and a lot of Mexican Catholics know, Blessed Miguel Pro, who is celebrated on November the 23rd. He was a Jesuit priest during the revolution in Mexico, whenever the church was severely persecuted, particularly priests were. If you were found out to be a priest, you were going to be killed and martyred, and he eventually was. Before that, there are a lot of stories about his sort of escapades and his working to minister to people, but all the time trying not to get stopped by the police. And so if you read his biography, it's very, very funny. He was very witty, very humorous. I think he was one time playing a card game, and he said when he got to heaven, he was going to deal out graces like he was dealing cards. St. Therese, of course, wanted to use roses. He's going to use a poker analogy. But there are a lot of stories of him trying to escape and dressing in different disguises. In fact, you can go online and see pictures of him in some of the different disguises. One, there's a great story that he was riding in a taxi and he knew that the cops were following him. And so at a stop sign, he jumped out before the other cops, behind him could see him, and he was wearing lay clothes, and he saw this young woman walking on the street. So he put a cigarette in his mouth and grabbed the young woman who he didn't even know around the arm and began walking and said, "I am a priest. These policemen are trying to capture me. Just keep walking." And so they walked and talked like they were a couple, and the cops got off and started chasing after him, looking. They couldn't find him anymore. All they could see was this young man, smoking a cigarette, walking with a lovely young woman. And they kept passing him by, and he was able to escape. Really encourage you. There are a lot of other interesting stories like this. He has a fascinating life and a pretty contemporary figure, just died in the earlier part of the 20th century. Blessed Miguel Augustine Pro, another sort of story of Catholic humanity, of the saints' humanity, and the humor that we find even in times of persecution and pressure. So Blessed Miguel Pro, we celebrate him on the 23rd of November. Pray for us. See you next week.